Oh, let's make a video because why not? It's 4 a.m. and I've been thinking of an idea for quite a bit, and I just decided that it's worth talking about. So let's do it. Now, when I started the channel, I envisioned a channel where I talk mostly about the psychology of having cerebral palsy, and that was a good idea for about, I don't know, 15, 20 videos. Recently, I've realized that if you look at what I truly upload and compare that to what I thought I was going to upload, it's really different. I think a large part of the reason that I don't upload much about the psychology of having cerebral palsy is primarily because I find the subject really depressing. There is no progress to be made in the field of neurology when it comes to having cerebral palsy. People can quibble about this, but largely I find this to be true. I've said this a few times, and that is this. Oncology, you can argue, is more hopeful than neurology. Now, if we look at the biggest stumbling block that people with cerebral palsy face, that is largely, in my opinion anyway, going to be their drop foot. Their drop foot prevents them from walking normally, and unfortunately, the drop foot seems to be the thing that is hardest to improve. If you can improve it at all, it takes years, and your degree of improvement is minimal at best. Now, there are medications you can take to alleviate this problem. One of the medications is called Gabapentin, and when I originally conceived of a video talking about Gabapentin, I was going to talk about how interesting it was that when I first started taking the medication years ago, it didn't help me much. It didn't do much to alleviate the pain I was having in my foot and lower leg. I was going to talk about how, interestingly, Gabapentin has actually helped alleviate that problem. However, now, another huge issue cropped up, and that is, if you take Gabapentin, you may have a side effect of dry skin, and that dry skin may lead to hair loss. That was the, I guess you would say, result in my case. So you could say in my case, yes, Gabapentin helped reduce pain, but it also caused me to start to lose my hair in pretty significant amounts. And in my head, I came to the agreement that I have not been on Gabapentin for so long, and I've been doing just fine without it. So to continue on Gabapentin and lose my hair, which was going to happen, didn't really seem to be a smart thing to do, given the fact that I had went so long without it. Now, It's quite depressing to me that one of the greatest medications neurology has to offer someone with cerebral palsy, being gabapentin, also has this negative side effect. Now, you may think that this is a minor negative side effect, but in actuality, appearance is important. It's not only important to other people, it's important to yourself and how you actually see yourself. And if you have a disability, you probably already see yourself in a negative light. So, for a medication to take away an attribute that you actually like about yourself is a non-starter. It cannot be the case. It cannot happen. At least that is my justification. So, again, if we just take a step back and we think about neurology as a whole, I understand that it is a very hard subject and a lot of progress cannot be made quickly. But you would think that at least some progress could be made, but that doesn't seem to be the case. And I didn't fully appreciate this when I started my channel, but I am fully aware of it now. And that is why I have kind of stepped away from making videos discussing the psychological effects of having a disability. Because sometimes when you don't have the answer, the best thing to do is just stop talking. And definitely do not pretend like you have the answer. I feel like a lot of people like to pretend like they have answers because it makes them feel special or secure. But there is no answer to this problem. I think the best anyone can do, really, is to delay self-harm as much as they can, but also prepare themselves and know that that is a possibility. I think if I had anything wise to say about the subject, I think it would be just that and nothing more. So, I hope this video was insightful in a way, not too depressing, but I would say fittingly depressing. You should never lose sight of the subject we are talking about. Don't dress it up. Let the monster show, because the monster is there, regardless of whether you want to acknowledge it or not.